health savings account or flex spending account. My patients will come in and they will have either a health savings account or an HSA, and some of them have a flex spending account or an FSA. So I want to talk to you about the difference between the two and which one might be right for you. Now, just a caveat, I'm coming at you from a chiropractor perspective. So what does healthcare look like? How do we use those funds to pay for healthcare, wellness care, supplementation, nutrition? Versus to get the full details of this, you will want to talk to, say, your bank to see if they can help you set up these accounts. And I'll talk to you about that at the end of the video. But initially, where we want to go with this is a lot of the insurances are coming into these really high deductibles. So I have many of my patients, while they are told that they have a certain type of coverage, they have the really high deductibles or they have high copays or co-insurances. And so it really is they don't really have the benefit. They have to meet so much out of pocket before that benefit will even kick in. And so what employers will give their employees is a health savings account or a flex spending account. And oftentimes the employer will fund that HSA or the FSA for the employee, or the employee can fund it themselves out of their own earnings. And the difference between the two, there are some nuances to both of them, and you'll want to know which one might be right for you. But this is actually open enrollment. So this is the time that you really want to consider this. And many people will tell me, well, they really want to come in and they want to get chiropractic care. They want to get nutrition. They want to do weight loss, detoxing. They want to get cold laser. They want to get all of these wellness services, but they just don't quite have the funds to pay out of pocket for all of that. So the HSA and the FSA are great ways to do this. So let's dive into it and talk about what each one of these means. Now, the HSA, the health savings account, so both of these get funded with pre-tax dollars. So that's the beauty of it, is that you actually get to contribute to this and they are pre-tax. And then some of them are tax deductible. So the HSA itself, what you really want to know, the biggest difference with the HSA and the FSA is that the HSA will carry over. So that means if you funded your HSA and it's the end of the year, and let's say you've got $1,000 left in the fund, it will carry over to the next year. That is not the case for the FSA. So you really need to know the difference. Now, some people may not have a choice. Your employer may offer an HSA, your employer may offer an FSA. However, if you have a policy, let's say your employer doesn't offer either of those, but the policy might be HSA eligible. So you would have to check with the insurance to see, is this policy HSA eligible? That means that you can independently get your HSA yourself and you don't have to go through your employer. And so that's really nice. So especially during open enrollment, or if you're just shopping policies for yourself, like I'm self-employed. So if I go on to the exchange to get a policy, I'm looking for a policy that is HSA eligible, because also I have to then find a policy from affordability perspective that does have a higher deductible. But if I can get something that's HSA eligible and then contribute to that with pre-tax dollars, now I can use those pre-tax dollars to pay for any expenses like dental care, eye care. We don't really go to the doctor, but if we had copays, or even wellness care, acupuncture, the things that I would get for me personally for wellness, I can use that to pay. I can use that out of my HSA funds. There's some caveats though. So you want to look to see, first of all, which one your employer offers, and then you want to ask, because many times employees don't know that they actually have this. And then if you know, you don't really know what it means. So definitely ask if you have an HSA or an FSA eligible as part of your employment. And then if not, then ask if your policy is eligible for either one of those. And then you can go out and you can seek out your own HSA or FSA. Personally, for my personal use, I would prefer an HSA because I don't like the idea of with an FSA, you funded that all year. And then now you get to the end of the year. And if you don't use it, then you lose that money. So some employers, if they offer an FSA, some will allow you to carry over. That's going to be very specific to your employer. But those are the biggest, those would be the two biggest differences, that the HSA carries over, the FSA does not. Now, when it comes to utilizing these funds and what can be used on what, there are, I'm just going to go through this list here. So both can be used for qualified medical expenses. So qualified is the key there, and I'll tell you what that's all about in a minute. Your HSA carries over, your FSA does not. The HSA allows you to invest your money for potential pre-tax growth. So that's kind of a cool feature as well. Your contributions are pre-tax on both of them. The contributions on the HSA are tax deductible, and your account on your HSA belongs to you, not your employer. So even if your employer owns the FSA and you're funding it, then the employer still keeps that money. So it's just an interesting concept there. And let's see, 100% of your elected amount is available on day one. That's on an FSA. So let's say you decide to fund $3,000 in your FSA. You have access to that money on day one, even though it's going to get spread out over the year in your contribution. So you may not accumulate $3,000 till the end of the year, but if you need it for a medical expense in January, you could actually use that on the FSA. So that is, that may be a tipping point for somebody to choose an FSA versus an HSA. And there's some other things on here that, but those are the big ones. So now let's talk about what eligible expenses are. And I'm going to talk to you about this from my perspective, from things that when people want to come in and get chiropractic care is if you're coming in weekly, every 2 weeks, once a month, that's actually considered wellness care. So even if you have benefits, let's say you have a Blue Cross policy and you have 24 visits a year, we can't legally use those visits for your care because insurance companies don't pay for maintenance care or wellness care. So this is where having an HSA would be very beneficial, because now what you can do is, okay, we can't bill your insurance because you're coming in those every 2 weeks. It looks like maintenance to the insurance company. The insurance company isn't going to like that. So we won't bill that, but you can use the HSA to pay for that. So that's really cool. So now you're able to fund it pre-tax and pay for it, even though it's wellness care. So it's less expensive than many of the other, than having a $100,000 back surgery. So that's the way we look at it, is we want to be able to keep you out of the hospital and keep you out of surgery. There are, it'll cover things like your doctor's visits, hospital stays, prescription drugs, and preventive care as it is looked at from the medical perspective. So mammograms, colonoscopies, physical examinations, screenings, things like that. So where it comes to supplements, so a lot of my patients actually use their HSA to purchase their supplements as well, and to purchase nutrition services. So with that though, a lot of them don't get questioned by the HSA company or the HSA fund. But if you just go into, let's say, the CVS or Walmart, Costco, and you want to use your HSA card or your FSA card to purchase supplements, that will not be eligible. You can't just go do that on your own. But if you are here and I am prescribing nutrition supplements for you for a specific thing, that is covered. So that's where also you're going to get the best quality supplements. You're going to get the highest level of service. So you can get nutrition and you can get your supplements and then be able to use your pre-tax dollars from your HSA and your FSA to pay for that. But you wouldn't be able to do that unless you're under the care of a chiropractor or a specialized physician who specializes in nutrition and functional medicine to be able to then prescribe that for you. So as we come into the end of the year here, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. And so if you have money still in that fund, then let's get you in and let's start the process rolling. We can do your examination, get your x-rays done, and start your nutritional care, because also everybody's kind of in the home stretch and really wanting to get their nutrition on tap before the beginning of the year. And so I'm seeing that more often. More of my patients they're like, we don't want to wait till the beginning of the year. We want to start right now. So if you have money left in your HSA and your FSA and you're not sure what to do with it, then now's the time to get under chiropractic care. So just make sure you contact us. There'll be a link down below on how to reach us, and let's get you started and get you feeling well and get those pre-tax hard-earned dollars to cover your health expenses, your health and wellness expenses. So, all right. Also, don't forget that if you have any questions on this, you can also contact your bank, contact your employer first, see if you have an HSA qualified insurance policy. Does your employer offer it? Or if they don't, does the policy qualify? And then you can go off and you can go to your bank and see if they offer it, or find a bank locally that offers the HSA and the FSA, and they will help make that connection for you and give you more information on it. So, all right, I hope that's helpful. And make sure, if you know somebody who has an HSA or an FSA and they have been wanting to get under wellness care, under chiropractic care, nutrition care, then let them know, share this video with them. And as always, I appreciate you being here.